One of the hardest things I had to do um, as an introvert was to start a business. It was, and I'm talking about starting a business before entrepreneurship was cool, before it was a thing, before the internet, when entrepreneurship was a dirty word. So I always said I was a businessman. So it was extremely hard but gratifying to start a business. It was a challenge, and it was a challenge I overcame. Um, One of the hardest things to do is to um, sell. Even people, even the most skilled extroverts, the most um, it's hard to sell. It's hard to get doors slammed in your face and to keep going. It's hard to sell, and it's hard to start a business from $0 in 2007. Like it's hard. Um, so as an introvert, I had to figure out how to get up, get out there, and talk to somebody about what I was trying to sell. That's why I say that we are always anxiety driven, but you have to do what you have to do as a man. I'm not worried about no anxiety and introversion and all that. No, there was a situation that I had to get out and start a business of my own. I had to. Certain situations in the city, a job sometimes just won't do it, or it'll do it just enough for you to figure it out. I'm not against jobs. Jobs is very important and keep the world go round. It's just that I knew, in my circumstances, I had to do something different. I had to do something more. I had to take more control of what was going on with me in my life. So I knew that I had, no matter what the sacrifice was, and it was a grave sacrifice. Um, I pretty much lost my family. Um, yeah, lost the confidence of people around you. Like that's how it be, you know. And that has nothing to do with introversion. That's just life, and that's just somebody that I need you to be aware of when you go to start a business, and you were able to start a business back then. You have the internet now. You can reach out to people like I'm doing right now on the internet. That was, that was, you know, that was a lifesaver. So, starting off in back then, I had to go um, ship products, shop products to people, and speak to people about what I was trying to sell, which was um, I'm a print shop owner, screen printing, all that. Um, Screen printing, banners, flyers, all that stuff in Philadelphia. Um, but when I first started, I only started with um, graphic arts. I was taught myself how to do graphic arts with some of these programs early on. I taught myself um, to use um, these graphic arts programs early on, and I'm a self-taught graphic artist. So I didn't have any equipment. I didn't have any apparel. I didn't have anything. So what I figured out early on was I'm going to sell business cards and party flyers, and you know, I had a friend that had a club, and that was the thing. Now, mind you, before that, um, I worked at one of the largest apparel distribution joints on the East Coast, which y'all might know it as Alpha Broder now, but back then it was Bodecker Roads. They started in Philadelphia. And Alpha Brothers also started in Philadelphia, around the corner from it. Anyway, that's just some T-shirt stuff. So I worked there for 4 years as a clerk, warehouse clerk. Um, and after a while, I just figured I seen the numbers coming in, and I just figured, how can I become a partner with this business? Because this paycheck wasn't enough for what I had going on, and I wasn't being greedy. It really just wasn't enough to cover what was going on. I had children, Earl. I had children. You know what I mean? So it just wasn't covering it. So I yeah, I worked there for 4 years. Started, you know, fashioning my business plan in there. Got in trouble because I made a mistake and shipped my business plan to the owner of the company. Um, they called me in the office, grilled me on like what you doing on our time. Um, I told them, hey, I was just, you know, dreaming, playing around. But little do they know, um, a few months later, I gave them my resignation because I had made my mind up because I seen the numbers that was coming in from T-shirt sales, and I said, how can I be a part of that? So I said, hey, I'll just learn how to um, decorate, learn how to screen print, learn how to do all that stuff, and that would make me a partner with them, and that's exactly what I became. I became a partner with them. I used to come up there and get truckloads of T-shirts. Um, and my boss would say, "Man, I should have left when you left. I should have rolled when you rolled because, um, you know, by the time I had got successful, my brother had came along too. My brother had left his position in in the state, and yeah, we grew and we did our thing, but we had to we had to hit the payment. We had to walk into we had to literally walk in. There was no internet. We had to walk in with T-shirts on saying I print T-shirts. Like we had to walk in and saying, looking at people, hey, do you need T-shirts? Do you need a banner for your store? Do you need like you literally, if you didn't say that, you didn't get nothing. If you didn't hunt, you didn't eat. There was no internet. There was no emails to email people. Um, but you know, it, and it would be a struggle for anyone. It's still a struggle for most people today. It's hard today to do that, which is why I didn't think this was going to be a far stretch. But it kind of, um, I don't know. I thought it would be a lot harder. So because of, because of thinking that listening to what other people echo in your head about introverts and how they can only make faceless YouTubes, and I just thought it was nonsense, and I considered the faceless YouTube route and all that, but I just thought it was nonsense. So going back, yeah, so I have a company. We do print marketing, yada yada yada. I took a hiatus from that to start doing agency work. So I wanted to start marketing to the companies that we were screen printing. So I wanted to do agency work. So during the pandemic, I pivoted to that. We were fine throughout the pandemic. Um, it was actually printing is a recession-proof business for real. But we were, yeah, going through the pandemic. Um, I had like a health scare, so I couldn't really print personally myself. Um, Although we had people that printed with us, I just couldn't be around the fumes or whatever was going on. And so I pivoted to marketing, um, agency work, marketing, so doing consulting for people during the pandemic. That was my thing, um, to help small businesses, startups, consulting, and all that. Um, that's actually what I do still now. Um, but I am a full time content creator. In my mind, that's what I am. I'm a full time content creator, and that's what we're going to do. My brother's running the company now. Um, you know, but yeah, it was rough in the beginning. I literally lost my family because I had to announce that, hey, I'm resigning from a job that was stable, and I had to start. I'm resigning from a job that's stable, and of course, you know how well that went over in the house. Um, although I made enough money, um, although I made enough money to make the same money as my paycheck, I no longer had health care. It was scary, and Um, I understand my children's mother. Um, I understand the anxiety that put her through. Like I get it, but I just had to do what I had to do. It turned out okay. I turned out to be right. That's what I needed to do. It just didn't happen with her. Um, yeah. Some of the introvert thing is, yeah, I had to take those. I actually, as an introvert, I was really comfortable taking those business meetings with the other folk. Like I was really comfortable with business meetings. I was comfortable. That's as I was saying before. I'm comfortable in every setting. I went to Temple for a little while for real estate. I went to what else? Yeah, but I've done work for the city of Philadelphia, the city of Pennsylvania. We've done work for, you know, our work is crazy that we've done, but th- we had to nurture those relationships. And in the business setting, you we better get you an introvert because they be on it. Like I be on it. Like I socially okay, but as far as business wise, as far as speaking fact of the matter about something you can't go wrong with an introvert. You can't go wrong because they also respect um, privacy and when to be quiet, to be diligent. Like yeah, you better get you an introvert on your team. Yeah, they know what they doing. Um, but yeah, as far as that was concerned, that was a challenge. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Subscribe if you feel like it. Man, I'm about to talk your head off.